Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, darling, I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot messages for August 2021. So let me know if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly tarot reading, Sagittarius, or as I like to say, your aha moments that you have with the cards, because that is how we keep up with y'all. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, Sagittarius, I would really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys do that extra step for me. But remember, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, Sagittarius. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. These cards are just here for some food for thought, a perspective for you to be considering today, but never making the choices in your life, Sagittarius. So with all that being said, let's just jump into your reading today, darling. Let's see where my Sagittariuses are in their life right now. How is it that you guys are currently feeling, honey? What's going on for my Saggies? You have the Lion Spirit coming in for you, number 37, equaling to 1 for numerology, Sagittarius, so go ahead and write that down for me. The Lion Spirit says, be generous of spirit. I do feel as if, right now at this time, Sagittarius, you guys have been receiving signs from your spirit guides, from some type of, whatever. I'm not going to insert, like, it could be your ancestors, whatever it is you subscribe to. I feel like you've been getting some reminders from the other world, we'll just say, of their presence. Maybe if you've been seeing like ladybugs or something that you've always been associating with like a specific loved one that's moved on, I feel like they're making their presence known. For others of you, Sagittarius, I do feel as if you are going to definitely be having some type of a spiritual experience this week. I do feel as if you're going to be starting to feel a lot more spiritually connected. The things that start mattering to you are going to be changing. I just feel as if you guys are going through like your own little bit of a mini spiritual awakening. And I know spiritual awakening is just such a like borderline, probably overused word at this point, but I do feel as if the further that you just connect with really just the self, right? You go through this maturing process that you can only really have when you're spiritually inclined, when you have spiritual experiences. So it does feel as if what's going to be mattering to you, your priorities, are going to be changing, just maturing for the better. So let's continue on with this. Let's get some clarifiers. So we start out with the Devil card, Sagittarius, coming in for you, with that voice crack, honey, with the Six of Wands as well, and then the Hanged Man. So yeah, you guys are definitely receiving a change of perspective, Sagittarius. Something in your life is really just switching things up, where I'm seeing like things that at one point mattered no longer are mattering for you anymore. Some of you guys, I do get the sense you are kind of having like a transitioning on from kind of finally being able to let go of certain situations, certain people, is something that I'm getting as well, maybe certain friendships as well. The Devil card coming in, kind of letting me know of this sense of where you're changing your perspective on things, and it's all for the better, right? But I have to express this too with the Devil card, because the Devil card just sounds so villainizing, right? Because I mean, obviously it is on some level, but really what the Devil represents, Sagittarius, is just a sense of where it's no longer like congruent with your life anymore, right? Whatever this is, whether this is a habit, whether this is a person, whether it's just some facet of your life, maybe at one point was serving you, but because of this hanged man moment, this transition that you've had, this change of view, Sagittarius, I do feel as if now you're seeing things differently, and what was once good for you may not be very lovely for you anymore. And I see you changing into something else entirely. Six of Wands lets me know, gives me this reassurance, Sagittarius, that you guys are doing this for the better. This isn't you guys choosing to just distance yourself, or like, for my Sagittarius that have like attachment issues or are known to, right? This isn't you being flighty or not being able to commit to anything. I feel like you guys are just going into the right direction for what fulfills you now. It does feel as if, again, like the sense of where you're, what it is that you're looking for in the world, the things that matter to you are just changing, right? A lot of things I feel like internally are changing for you, Sagittarius. Like I don't feel as if you're transitioning into like a completely different person on some level. And I feel like some situations in your life are not ready for that transition, or may not even be aware of that transition. It's just hunch that I'm feeling. What is going on with my tarot cards, honey? These cards are like acting up and acting crazy for you, Sagittarius. So let's get into this a little bit more for you, Sagittarius. Let's get some insight on this devil here. What is it that you guys are like identifying as like your devil now? All right, let's see what's going on. We have the Nine of Pentacles coming in the inverted for you. So this is a situation that just no longer brings you any sense of peace. It's not helping you out any in the sense of like, it's just not adding any value, right? With the Nine of Pentacles here, it's not adding any value. Notice with the Nine of Pentacles as well, this little bird here. There's always like a little animal associated with the Nine of Pentacles, because it's that sense of like listening to your spirit guides, listening to outside guidance. And again, so I really do feel like it's just this amplification of a message, Sagittarius, of where you guys are just like becoming more spiritually in tune with things. Two of Swords coming in as well. This is a situation that hasn't been wanting to budge. This has been a situation that maybe you've given second, third, 50th chances to Sagittarius, where you're just like, can you like, you know, just change your perspective? Can you like take action even, right? For some of you Sagittarius, you're just trying to be like, just show me that you care, right? It's something that I'm hearing. It just shows to me the sense of someone that's just not wanting to really engage, someone that's really just not being helpful anymore. And it feels to me like you guys are just kind of giving up on the situation, which I can't really blame you for, right, darling? I am being shown the Eight of Cups now, right? This is you guys walking away from this situation, Sagittarius, but I don't believe like this is an easy choice for you, because of like at one point what this devil meant for you at one point in your life, right? Maybe now it's not just good for you, but at one point it did serve you, and that's what makes this hard. That's what makes this a not necessarily a black and white decision, but which explains why I feel like I need to give you guys, Sagittarius, this reassurance that you guys are making the right choice. It's not you just being flighty or anything like that. It's just like, no, this is like a cycle that's kind of ran its course, I feel, for you, Sagittarius. Something's definitely just ran its course, and you're just wanting different things now. So let's get into, Sagittarius, what it is that you don't see coming towards you. Full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Okay, so this is interesting. What you don't see coming towards you is a resolution coming forward. So let's see what this looks like. It may just be a sign just from this. It takes you having to walk away, Sagittarius. Now, again, I'm not telling you to reconsider this situation now. This is me just, you know, free will and all that, honey. But you may be like the turning point for this situation if it's about a person where you are you are what causes change in them. Right? But, you know, I'm speaking out of pocket, honey, right? Let's get into some clarifiers for this, right? We can get into so many different potentials. Five of Swords trying to come forward to you as well. Now, this Five of Swords was in the back of the deck from the first shuffle before after I pulled the Eight of Cups. So this is a card, again, of this sense of where you're disengaging, Sagittarius. So this is showing to me, maybe right now, it's going to be on like some pretty rough terms, but I do see in the long run things kind of like working themselves out, things kind of being able to at least it's going to be working out in your favor. We'll put it in that way, Sagittarius. We have the Tower card. We have the Tower card stepping forward, as well as the Knight of Pentacles stepping forward too. So this is all about, like, again, really probably has everything to do with the same situation. Drastic change leads to some growth. And at the very least for you, Sagittarius, I kind of see you as this Knight of Pentacles going into a new journey of sorts. So I do kind of feel like as if like the way for you to have like a resolution with something, the way for you to have closure with something is to kind of have like a self-induced tower moment with something, something where you're just not engaging with it anymore, Sagittarius, right? Now, I'm not telling you how to handle this situation. I just kind of see this as a sense of where you guys get a sense of peace, you guys get clarity through just kind of the situation just being done and over with, you washing your hands of the situation completely, right? Nine of Swords, because this seems to be like a lot of times for like a really opportune time rather for you, Sagittarius, for you to just be self-discovery is the thing, is kind of the key point for you guys. You guys are just in this place of self-discovering, really trying to figure out like what makes you tick, really, what drives you, and that's really all that you're interested in at this point. That's where your priorities are just shifting. Again, like I just feel like you're transitioning, you're really just maturing into like a much more mature Sagittarius, and The people in your life just are not ready for that transition for you. So now, Sagittarius, let's get into your hopes and dreams, darling. We have the Falcon card coming up for you. So this is talking about acting up on the opportunity on something that's before you, and commit to it without equivocation. I think I pronounced it right. Equivocation, without question, right? Let's not complex things, darling. So definitely, maybe for some of you guys, this tower moment happens. You create this self-induced tower moment when this new opportunity presents itself to you. I do feel like opportunity is going to be presenting itself to you that helps with the decision on having like that Eight of Cups situation where you're walking away. Where's this Eight of Cups, right? You're walking away and claiming this new path because something else catches your interest and just allows you, it's very easy for you to just drop this situation and be like, all right, I'm going to focus into this new journey, right? So let's get into some clarifiers for this Falcon card, right? Let's see if I'm right in my hunch. What is going on for my Sagittarius? Let's see here. These three cards want to come out. So we have here the Nine of Swords coming in here. All right, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Cups, as well as the King of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, this is really like your issue. The hardest thing I feel like you're going to be having, your biggest issue that you're going to be having is really kind of just getting out of your head and trusting the process. Like, you care so much, Sagittarius, and I love that about you so much. You guys care so much, and it's not a bad thing, right? You guys are just extremely empathetic. You guys think about how your actions are going to be impacting others and how that's going to be making them feeling, and that's been weighing heavy on you. I feel like this has been kind of borderline paralyzing for you, which is why the Seven of Cups comes forward, because now you're just like, you're trying to find any possible way to avoid kind of just like breaking someone's heart, essentially, right? Breaking someone's heart. There's this sense of just like trying to, yeah, it's just trying. I keep on hearing it's like, there has to be another way. Is there another way, right? So, and the thing is, with this King of Pentacles here, I don't feel like there's going to be a different way about this. I feel as if you need to just take, once you see the opportunity for you to really grab up at something, you kind of just have to go out and do it and just drop what is no longer a service to you, right? Sometimes you just have to put yourself first, Sagittarius, and when you put yourself first, sometimes that means that you're having to just take yourself out of other people's lives, right? You know, making time for other things. It's not personal, it's just you doing what's good for you, Sagittarius. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like you guys really need to just get out of your head, darling, about making, like, transitioning on, because that's what it feels like. It feels like you guys are kind of being resistant towards, you're going through these growing pains, but there's one part of yourself that's kind of being resistant towards this these growing pains, because you're just like, well, I don't want to outgrow this, right? When it's a situation where deep down you yourself also acknowledge, Sagittarius, you've outgrown the situation, and it's okay to acknowledge that you've outgrown the situation. So yeah. So now, Sagittarius, let's see how this week closes out for you, darling. How does this week close out? So with this Two of Cups here, I do feel like, here's the thing, Sagittarius, you're freaking out so much about how the other person's going to be reacting, how the emotions of other people, and I feel as if they'll warm up to it. They'll understand the perspective. It may not make them happy, Sagittarius. It may be some hurt feelings, right? There's definitely emotion involved in this situation, right? But I do feel like people, like those who care about you, those who love you, for you, Sagittarius, are actually going to really understand what it is that you're doing, and that it's just you doing what's best for you, Sagittarius. So let's continue on. Five of Cups coming in here with the Fool card. Sagittarius, this is such a beautiful storyline, right? This is where you're quite literally, ooh, what is, like, it's one of those like corny like movies where it's just like, I'm not gonna be crying, darling, but this Five of Cups is where it's just like you say your goodbyes, right? This is how I'm just like so emotional. I'm just thinking about, it's like, oh, like, what if that happens, right? It's like just saying goodbye. Like you're saying, like, it's as if you're like saying your goodbyes with something that you at once really cared about, and you're stepping into a new journey. That's really what it is. It's like it's like this sense of where you're dreading so much of having to like have it be known, where it's just like, hey, I'm actually going to be moving away. Hey, this is my time to be leaving, right? I got to step into this new journey. I got to act up on this new opportunity that's actually really good for me. So I have to change directions, right? This is where you are at, Sagittarius. You know, it's like this sense of where you're looking back and you're able to appreciate all the times that you had with the situation, but it's just your time to go, right? It's two of cups here. I really do feel like they'll be able to come around to it. It may just be like that little bit of like discomfort of a conversation. It just may be like some hurt feelings and maybe some tears, right? But I do feel like they're gonna understand, Sagittarius, right? Oh my gosh, Sagittarius, this is such a beautiful uh, this like makes me like emotional. Just like I'm like a lifetime movie sucker, right? So it's like when I like see this kind of storyline as well, I'm just like, oh, like this is like breaking your heart. And it's just, yeah, Two of Pentacles. This is just, you have to just release some stuff off of your plate. And I don't see you being really happy about having to do it, but deep down, Sagittarius, you acknowledge that you have to. So I respect you for that. I'm gonna close this reading out now. This is before I get emotional. But I love you so much, Sagittarius. If you found this reading helpful, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, darling. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Sagittarius, my website's linked down below, simplyvelca.com. It's next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, darling, all just Simply Velca. And yeah, that is the reading that I have for you, darling. Let me know how this all works out for you, Sagittarius. Let me know what journey you're stepping into. But I love you so much, and hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future. Bye, Saji.